Hey there guys, Alex from Mental Health Thinking here, and this is the second part to my series on vulnerabilities to mental health problems and also not being quite as happy as you'd want to be in your life. I'll link to the last video on coping strategies just here. But this video today is on what's called locus of control. Now, if you haven't come across that term before, it sounds like a bit of jargon, and it kind of is. But I can break it down, and it's a pretty simple term when you think about it. Locus is an old Greek term for location or seat. It's where you think that something is positioned. So locus of control is thought of in terms of whether it's internal or external. And it's the perception of where we think the control over our life is. Do we feel that as an internal locus of control, that what we do directly impacts and dictates what happens in our life? Or do we feel an external locus of control, that things outside impact us and we just have to deal with it? Now, the reason why I talk about it is because, like many of these things, it's changeable, and it's something that the situation in our life can lead to changes in. And if we do shift from having an internal locus of control where we feel like we're in power, where we feel like the things that we do change our life, to having an external locus of control where we really feel that we're helpless and that things will just happen to us no matter what we do, then it can be a bit of an alarm bell. So take somebody who's trying to lose weight and they've had a lot of trouble with it. So they're exercising, they're eating well, they're doing all the things that they have been told work for others, so they figure, yeah, they'll work for me as well. And they haven't had very good success there. It's been quite difficult for them to actually make progress. And that's where they can have that shift from an internal locus of control where they're doing all the things that they figure will impact and then help them in their lives and change the things they want to change, to having more of an external locus of control where they're thinking, I can't do anything here. It's really important to spot that, and there's a couple things that we can do to actually change it around as well. First thing is talk to people. So talk to people who have been there in that situation and ask them about what they went through. You can see that yes, it's difficult, yes, it takes time, but they got there. And it gives you a bit of inspiration to say, okay, well, maybe I am in control. Maybe it's just going to take a bit longer than I hoped. And the other is to set clear, measurable goals that are time constrained, so that you can think, okay, I do this for this amount of time, and then I'm going to check in and I'm going to see what's actually changed. Okay, so you've got something to actually help you, something to go for, but you also have something where you can look back and think, oh, there was actually a change. Because it can be so easy to do what I talked about in the video on depression, I'll link to it here, where we discount the positive changes that we see. So that's my wrap up on locus of control, how it can change in situations and you can apply it to others, and how you can stop that change from happening so that you can remain feeling in control of your life, because the fact is you are.